Welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into the thrilling mysteries of Port Charles. Today is a beautiful day to unpack some shocking developments regarding a beloved legacy character. Grab a cup of coffee as we explore a mind-bending theory that changes everything. For decades, Anna Devane has stood as the unwavering moral compass and the fiercest protector within the tumultuous world of Port Charles. However, recent events have cast a dark and unsettling shadow over the legendary super spy. After enduring months of severe psychological trauma, relentless manipulation, and heart-wrenching betrayals, fans have begun to notice a profound and disturbing shift in Anna's behavior. The woman who once navigated the treacherous waters of international espionage with unparalleled grace and clarity now seems to be drowning in a sea of internal chaos. The latest developments suggest there is something fundamentally different about Anna, prompting a chilling question. Is she losing herself entirely, or is something more sinister taking control? The subtle shifts in Anna's demeanor are becoming impossible to ignore, masterfully portrayed through Finola Hughes' incredibly nuanced and captivating performance. There are fleeting moments where the warmth and empathy that have always defined Anna completely vanish, replaced by a cold, calculating, and almost predatory gaze. Her body language transforms. The confident but compassionate posture hardens into something rigid and imperious. Her interactions with her closest allies are increasingly laced with an uncharacteristic edge, a biting sarcasm, and a chilling detachment that leaves her loved ones bewildered. It is as if a dark veil descends over her eyes, obscuring the hero we have known for years and revealing glimpses of a dangerous stranger hiding within. This alarming transformation has given rise to a bizarre yet utterly compelling theory that could redefine the entire landscape of the show. The possibility that an alternate personality is emerging within Anna, and not just any personality, but that of her deceased, malevolent twin sister, Alexandra Devane Merrick. For years, Alex was the dark mirror to Anna's light, a ruthless operative whose moral compass was shattered by greed and a twisted sense of sibling rivalry. The idea that Alex's persona could be taking root inside Anna's mind is a terrifying prospect, yet it aligns perfectly with the deep-seated psychological scars Anna carries. The boundary between the two sisters has always been perilously thin and fragile. To understand how such a horrifying psychological hostile takeover could occur, we must delve back into the dark and twisted history of the memory transfer experiments that forever bound the Devane twins in a web of shared consciousness. Decades ago, Anna and Alex were the primary subjects in a series of highly unethical, groundbreaking memory mapping experiments conducted by shadowy intelligence agencies. For years, Anna walked the earth, completely unaware that large fragments of her mind were not her own. She possessed vivid, visceral memories of events she never experienced, emotions she never naturally felt, and traumas she never actually endured. This profound neurological violation laid the foundation for a deeply fractured psyche. The most devastating consequence of these memory transfer experiments was the agonizing secret Anna carried regarding the conception and birth of Peter August. For years, Anna was tormented by the belief that she had been coerced into sleeping with the monstrous Caesar Faison, resulting in the birth of a child she was forced to abandon. She bore the heavy burden of guilt, shame, and maternal regret, allowing the existence of Peter August to dictate her choices. The earth-shattering revelation that it was actually Alex acting as a willing double agent who had slept with Faison and given birth to Peter completely upended Anna's reality. The memories of Peter's conception were burned into Anna's neural pathways, inextricably linking her to Alex. The tragic saga of the Devane sisters is a masterclass in soap opera storytelling rooted in a history of separation, manipulation, and deadly espionage. Separated at birth, the twins grew up in entirely different worlds, completely oblivious to each other's existence. While Anna found her calling as a righteous and formidable agent for the WSB, Alex was molded into a lethal weapon by the sinister DVX. Their eventual collision was orchestrated by their handlers, with Alex actually being assigned the grim task of assassinating her own flesh and blood. This initial lethal directive set the tone for a lifelong dance of death between the sisters. They were two sides of the same coin, constantly engaging in relentless psychological warfare. The ultimate climax of their bitter feud occurred on a fateful night aboard the Haunted Star, a night that remains etched in the minds of fans and undeniably serves as the catalyst for Anna's current psychological unraveling. Alex, having grown increasingly unhinged and vicious over the years, had kidnapped Maxie Jones, a woman Anna loves like a daughter. In a desperate, heart-pounding race against time, Anna tracked her sister down to the eerie, isolated vessel. Cornered and out of options, with Maxie's life hanging in the balance, Anna was forced to make the ultimate sacrifice. She raised her weapon and fired 2 point-blank shots into her twin sister's stomach, sending Alex plummeting into the freezing, dark waters below. However, in the treacherous world of Port Charles, death is rarely a permanent state, especially when a body is never recovered. Following the fatal confrontation, the authorities scoured the waters, but Alex's remains were never found. This lack of closure has haunted Anna, leaving a persistent sliver of doubt in the back of her mind. Did her sister truly perish in those icy depths, or did she somehow survive, waiting in the shadows for the perfect moment to strike? In 2022, chilling rumors began to circulate through the international intelligence community of Alex being spotted in Berlin, Germany, possibly operating as a shadow agent for the formidable Pikeman Security Group. The mere possibility that Alex is still out there is maddening. If Anna is indeed developing an alternate personality based on her dead twin, we need look no further than the tragic history of Kevin Collins for a chilling precedent. Years ago, when the demonic Ryan Chamberlain was presumed dead following a catastrophic fire in a funhouse mirror maze, his twin brother, the brilliant psychiatrist Dr. Kevin Collins, suffered a catastrophic mental breakdown. Consumed by an insurmountable wave of survivor's guilt and the agonizing belief that he had failed to save his brother from the darkness, Kevin's mind fractured. To cope with the unbearable pain, Kevin subconsciously adopted Ryan's persona, blurring the lines between the healer and the killer. This psychological precedent is absolutely terrifying. The parallels between Kevin's trauma and Anna's current predicament are striking and deeply unsettling. Like Kevin, Anna is a surviving twin who feels responsible for her siblings' demise. While Kevin failed to save Ryan from a fire, Anna was the one who actually pulled the trigger, actively ending Alex's life to save another. The crushing weight of having murdered her own flesh and blood, combined with the recent barrage of betrayals and manipulations she has faced, may have pushed Anna's psyche past its breaking point. Just as Kevin's mind resurrected Ryan to manage his guilt, Anna's mind may be resurrecting Alex as a twisted coping mechanism. By becoming Alex, Anna no longer has to feel the guilt of killing her. She becomes the aggressor. The most damning piece of evidence supporting this shocking theory is the recent string of terrifying hallucinations Anna has been experiencing, specifically visions of the deceased Peter August. Why would Anna, who finally freed herself from Peter's toxic grip, suddenly begin seeing him as a ghostly apparition? The answer becomes terrifyingly clear if we view these hallucinations through the lens of Alex's emerging personality. Peter was not Anna's son, but he was Alex's flesh and blood. If Alex's consciousness is clawing its way to the surface of Anna's mind, it is entirely logical that she would project visions of her beloved twisted child. Every time Anna sees Peter, it is Alex asserting her dominance over their shared mind. If this theory proves true, the implications for the residents of Port Charles are nothing short of catastrophic. Anna Devane is privy to the deepest secrets of the WSB, the PCPD, and her vast network of powerful allies. She has unparalleled access, immense resources, and the absolute trust of people like Robert Scorpio, Valentine Cassadine, and her daughter Robin Scorpio Drake. If Alex manages to fully usurp Anna's identity from the inside out, she will have infiltrated the highest levels of Port Charles society without ever having to step foot in town. The danger to Anna's loved ones is exponential. An enemy with Anna's face, Anna's clearance, and Alex's sociopathic ruthlessness would be completely unstoppable from the inside. As this gripping storyline continues to unfold, fans are treated to an absolute masterclass in acting from Finola Hughes, who is tasked with portraying a woman slowly being consumed by her own shadow. The concept of bringing the legendary twin storyline full circle, not through the physical return of a villain, but through a devastating psychological collapse, is a stroke of narrative genius. It honors the rich, complex history of the memory transfer experiments while pushing the character of Anna Devane into terrifying new territory. Whether this is a temporary dissociative fugue state or a permanent fracturing of her identity, one thing is absolutely certain: a psychological thriller of epic proportions is unfolding right before our eyes.